Okay, fasten your seatbelts because we are about to experience something that is very, very rare. This is something that in the Pokemon world only comes around once or twice a generation. Yeah, you've guessed it. It's a filler episode that's actually good. We start the episode with this direct quote from the narrator. Our heroes are headed back to Pallet Town to bring the mysterious GS Ball to Professor Oak. No, they're not. Ash has already told Oak he wants to compete in the Orange League, and so far he's only defeated one member of the Orange crew. So he's definitely not heading back to Pallet Town anytime soon. Narrator, you're talking bollocks, mate. Now I've asked this before, but what the heck, I'll ask it again. Why is Ash always cleaning that goddamn GS Ball? What on earth could he be doing with it to make it require constant cleaning? Ash, mate, just put it in your bag and leave it there, for God's sake. Misty Psyduck falls off Lapras and into the water, and at least at first, nobody notices. Probably for the best, really. Misty never cared for it anyway. Direct quote from the girl who's fishing.
It's awfully quiet today.
Maybe that's because you've got a massive tentacruel just lurking back and forth in the water. If I was some kind of fish Pokemon and saw that thing floating nearby, I'd be like, nope, no bait is worth going near that thing. After the gang's water Pokemon get back from searching for Psyduck, but with no luck, Misty looks all depressed. Why, mate? You hated the thing. Even Ash agrees with me. Tracey reckons that Misty loves her Psyduck, and she hides her feelings about it because it's her favorite Pokemon. This theory would hold more weight if Misty wasn't glued to Togepi about 97% of her waking hours. As if she's been told that it'll explode if she puts it down for more than 60 seconds. Marina, the girl with the tentacruel, turns up and she's found Misty's Psyduck. But I wonder why she didn't let Psyduck sit in her boat. Like, why did Tentacruel have to carry it? What, suddenly your boat's too good for a Psyduck? Get over yourself, girl. Marina says Misty's Psyduck looks like it's getting ready to evolve since its tail's glowing pink, and that's apparently an indicator of impending evolution. What's that? Oh, don't mind me, I'm just adding this to the list of complete bollocks the Pokemon Anime writers make up. Hang on, is this really the first appearance of a Golduck in the Pokemon Anime? Like, ignoring Pikachu's Vacation and Pokemon the First Movie, have we really not seen a Golduck in the anime until now? Yet we got 2 Kabuto episodes and 2 Gloom episodes. Seems sensible. Great job. Way to cater to the fans of every Pokemon. Misty and Marina are both surprised to hear that they both have the same favorite Pokemon type, the water type. Yeah, that's crazy. It's not like it's the most common type or anything, so it's bound to be a lot of people's favorite type. That was sarcasm, by the way, just in case you missed it. Direct quote from Marina.
I just love the way water Pokemon can float and swim and dive and surf and squirt.
Excuse me? You love the way they squirt? You know what? I'm just gonna leave that to one side and just segue straight into you hitting the like button. It would really help out the channel, as would sharing the video with a friend and leaving a lovely comment down below. If you can't think of a comment, leave me something generic like,
wow, I can't believe it took me this long to check out Liam's Twitch streams.
Or just comment the name of the secret Pokemon I've hidden somewhere in this video. And if you're new here, thank you for giving my channel a chance. I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode of Pokemon WTF Moments or anything on my channel. Make sure you turn on all notifications as well so you don't miss anything. Whilst they're both swooning over water-type Pokemon, Marina says she'd love to catch one of the legendary Pokemon, and Misty says she'd love to catch one of the Dragon-type Pokemon that live in the ocean. Okay, sure, but none of the legendary Pokemon in this generation are water-types, and neither are any of the Dragon-type Pokemon either. Are you girls alright? I thought we were talking about water-type Pokemon. Marina asks Misty why her Psyduck can't swim, and that's a very valid question, but also not one I think you should be asking someone that you've only just met. Like, you wouldn't meet someone whose kid's in a wheelchair for the first time and just be like,
so why can't your kid walk then?
What I'm saying is, Marina, show a little decorum, love. Misty then offers to trade her Psyduck for Marina's Tentacruel. Hang on, moments ago you said Golduck was your favorite Pokemon, and Marina said your Psyduck, whose tail is glowing, is showing signs that it's about to evolve into Golduck. So why would you want to trade away a Pokemon that's apparently moments away from evolving into your favorite Pokemon? Misty, mate, use your noodle. As always, I have to give credit where credit is due. Have a look at where each member of Team Rocket is in this scene as Meowth shouts at Jessie. Now initially, Jessie moving her head really quickly to whip Meowth with her hair made me go, wait a minute, what happened to James? He was in the middle, surely he got hit too, right? But in the next shot before James starts talking, we clearly see him getting up from having ducked out of the way. And that's just really nice attention to detail. We don't see that a lot from Pokemon, but well done, keep it up. As Misty and Marina get ready to battle in a 3-on-3 match, Tracey says, wow, an all-water Pokemon.
Pokemon battle.
Hate to be pedantic, mate. Just kidding. I love it. But we can't really be certain that this is an all-water Pokemon battle. Like, sure, Marina did say that she specializes in training water-type Pokemon, but that doesn't mean that all of her Pokemon are guaranteed to be water types. We don't know that yet. Look at Misty. She also specializes in water-type Pokemon, but has a Togepi. And look at me. I specialize in making this garbage YouTube content, but I also have a very lovely Twitch channel that you should all go and follow. Link in the description. Direct quote from Marina.
I want to win this match, so I better start off with something really cool. So I choose you, Tentacruel.
I mean, objectively, Tentacruel is cool. But if you were trying to make a really clever pun here, you really should have said that you want to start with something really cruel for Tentacruel. I'm just saying, it didn't really work, did it? Oh my god! Are we about to see Misty's Goldeen be useful in battle for the first time ever? Hang on a sec. I was just checking if the floor was cold, you know, in case hell had frozen over. Tracey says Misty really seems to know how to handle her Pokemon. Ease up, mate. She's only asked Goldeen to use Agility and Horn Attack so far, and Goldeen's not even used Horn Attack yet. Let's not go showering her with praise when the battle's only just started. Yeah, see, we spoke too soon. Goldeen didn't land the Horn Attack, and in fact got knocked out by a single Poison Sting from Tentacruel. Mate, just think about that for a second. Poison Sting has 15 base power. Do you know how hard it is to get one hit KO'd by a move that has 15 base power and only hits once? That is bleak. Goldeen is trash. Pass it on. Marina says she may have forgotten to mention that her real speciality is water-type Pokemon that have characteristics of other types as well. So what you're saying is that your speciality is still water types, which you've already told us. Like, I'm pretty sure when you said you specialize in training water-type Pokemon, nobody took that to mean that you exclusively only train pure monotype water types. Especially since your Tentacruel is an obvious giveaway of that. Stop trying to make out you're anything special, mate. You're just a water-type trainer like all the bloody rest of them. Tracey explains that because Tentacruel is part poison, it has abilities of both water and poison types. And Ash follows up by saying this means it has an advantage in battle. Not against a Slowbro, it doesn't, or a Starmie. As Misty returns Goldeen, she tells it did its best. Did it though? Misty then sends out Staryu, and a single Swift is enough to take down Marina's Tentacruel. God, the writers really don't give a toss about Pokemon battles, do they? Like, Swift is such a basic normal type move, so does neutral damage to Tentacruel. At least make it need to land a few hits to take down Tentacruel to make things more interesting. Build the suspense. Just knocking out Pokemon one hit KO after one hit KO just gets boring. Marina sends out a Psyduck of her own and then refers to Misty Psyduck as rubbery and says that she's going to show just how powerful a Psyduck can be if it's trained properly. Ease up, mate. Why are you being a dick all of a sudden? You and Misty were getting along so well, and just out of the blue, you've decided to be really horrible to her? We've all met people like this, haven't we? And God, I hate them. Misty gets Staryu to use Water Gun on a water type. You'd think a water Pokemon specialist would know that water resists water. Apparently not. Marina's Psyduck uses Confusion, but instead of Staryu being seemingly hit by any kind of psychic power, it just gets its own Water Gun attack redirected back at it. But isn't that just the same as using Water Gun then? In which case, wouldn't Staryu resist it? Pokemon mate, this is a mess.
Well, actually, Liam, maybe when Psyduck used Confusion on the water from Water Gun, it turned it into a psychic type move, which would then do neutral damage.
So you're trying to tell me that the water from Water Gun turned into psychic type water? Listen to yourself, mate. We both know that sounds like absolute bollocks. Mate, are any Pokemon in this battle going to last more than one hit? I get that we happen to have the benefit of being able to see how good Pokemon battles can potentially be in the anime in the future generations, but even so, how did the writers back in the late 90s not realize this too? Surely even they would have thought that Pokemon knocks out other Pokemon, and then next Pokemon knocks out that one, and then next Pokemon knocks out that one, and then next Pokemon knocks out that one, and then next Pokemon knocks out that one. Would just be really boring. Misty goes to send out Psyduck, but throws an empty Pokeball into the water. This of course brings up the age-old question of how do they know whether a Pokeball has a Pokemon in it or not, and how do they tell which Pokemon is in which ball? Answers on a postcard. I do have to praise Pokemon once again. I know, right? I don't know what's wrong with me either. But Ash throwing Misty her backpack and it just sailing into the water got a genuine chuckle out of me. Like a proper As Misty retrieves her bag from the water, she finds that a Golduck has its head stuck in the bag, and it's made me realize something. The whole Psyduck glowing tail thing was completely pointless. Like, I get the reasoning. If we make it seem like Misty Psyduck is due to evolve, then the appearance of Golduck will make everyone think that Psyduck has indeed evolved. But I think even without the hint of Psyduck being close to evolution, we'd have all come to that same conclusion. Since Golduck appeared as Misty was trying to send out Psyduck, and as Psyduck was nowhere to be seen. I'm just saying, you don't need to overcomplicate things. Now you've told the audience that Misty Psyduck is close to evolving, even though you don't have any plans of ever making that happen. One thing that will definitely happen is you'll save 10% off G Fuel if you use code ACE. Oh, this just feels right, doesn't it? That's right, you can save 10% off your G Fuel order if you use code ACE. What a great thing to do to help the channel as well, whilst helping yourself get a lovely discount. Today I am drinking the wondrous raspberry lemonade flavorings of Hype Sauce. And honestly, when I go on my holiday real soon, I'm taking Hype Sauce with me because it's going to be absolutely banging on the beach. Oh, that is fantastic. That's such a beautiful flavor. That is definitely in the top 10. Make sure you use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. It helps you, it helps me, it's wonderful. Remember though, G Fuel is for over 18s only because children do not need caffeine. They are annoying enough as it is, and because it contains caffeine, just drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead. My favorite thing about everyone thinking that Misty Psyduck has evolved into Golduck when it hasn't is that it just shows that everything that Tracey is saying in this episode is absolute bollocks. He's just there talking about how Misty loved her Psyduck so much that it just wanted to evolve for her because it loved her back. And we all know full well it didn't evolve at all. There's something so satisfying about hearing some know-it-all twat like Tracey talk so confidently about something he knows fuck all about. Kind of like when Pokemon fans on Twitter bitch about models and textures when they know absolutely nothing about game development. Direct quote from Jessie.
There's a Pokemon I've never seen before.
You've never seen a Golduck? During a time where only 151 Pokemon were known to exist, you've never seen the evolved form of one of the most common Pokemon? Jessie, mate. Go outside. I mean, technically she's already outside, but go outside more often and open your eyes while you're out there. As the battle continues, Marina tells Psyduck to use Confusion again, and it creates a huge wave. Not any kind of psychic wave, mind you, just a really huge wave in the ocean. Surely that's surf and not confusion. Team Rocket turn up, and Ash gets Pikachu to go straight in with Thunderbolt, but as Meowth points out, they've overhauled the sub and it's now shockproof. Oh no, if only Ash and friends had Pokemon other than Pikachu that could help them stop Team Rocket. Jessie starts to wonder if maybe it is easier to steal Pokemon if they don't recite their motto first. I mean, yeah, the element of surprise does tend to be lost when you announce your arrival. Tracey points out that Team Rocket have caught Marina's Tentacruel and Psyduck, and Misty tells her not to worry and that they'll get them back for her. Marina then responds with,
Thanks for the offer, but I can get my Pokemon back myself.
Mate, if I were Misty and friends right now, I'd be like,
Well, fuck you. Guess we'll be off then.
Marina's an ungrateful knob. Pass it on. Marina sends out her Starmie, and Misty tells Golduck to go and help them. Hang on, Marina just said she can do this herself. Don't bother helping her. Stand back and watch her struggle. Before Marina's Starmie can actually do anything, Golduck overtakes it in the water, uses a psychic attack on Team Rocket's sub, and throws it onto the beach. What was that about being able to get your Pokemon back yourself, Marina? Can you taste that, Marina? That's humble pie, mate. Okay, I was a little bit annoyed before when Team Rocket were making out that catching a Tentacruel isn't a big deal because Tentacruel is objectively a brilliant Pokemon. But then James says he hopes Ash doesn't think they'd actually want to keep common Pokemon like these, with these being Tentacruel and Psyduck. If they know Psyduck is such a common Pokemon, why are they so bothered about catching the Golduck, a Pokemon that evolves from Psyduck via level up no less? Team Rocket, you're not making any sense. Direct quote from Ash to Pikachu.
If you attack Team Rocket, Tentacruel and Psyduck will get shocked too.
No, they won't. Thunderbolt doesn't hit multiple targets, or at least it's not supposed to. And even if it does shock all three members of Team Rocket, I feel like Tentacruel and Psyduck are far enough away to not be shocked. But hey, whatever drags out the runtime, I suppose. Marina tells Tentacruel and Psyduck to try and break out of the net. Wow, What a brilliant idea. That's incredible. I bet they've never thought of that. As Marina runs over to try and free her Pokemon herself, since apparently we're just forgetting that Marina Starmie exists for a moment, Jessie sends out Arbok to stop Marina and even tells it to attack her. Mate, can we see more of this Team Rocket, please? Like, I love how goofy Jessie and James are, don't get me wrong, but it'd be so awesome to see them bring out a more sinister side like this from time to time. Golduck turns back up and goes full badass by blocking Arbok's poison sting and then using Hyper Beam to get rid of Arbok and then Team Rocket themselves. And frankly, this is about the coolest a Golduck's ever looked, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just not a big Golduck fan, to be honest. I kinda wish Psyduck was just a standalone Pokemon like Tauros or something, or at least had a better evolution than this. Alright Sephiroth, calm down. Did something go wrong with this take of Tracey saying that looks like love to me? Because the start of it sounds like the voice actor stubbed his toe or choked a little bit before he went to speak. He's like, that looks like love to me. Like the that looks part doesn't even sound like Tracey. Go back and listen to it. Poor guy though, couldn't they have at least let him do one more take? When Misty and Marina resume their battle from earlier, Marina starts by telling Starmie to use Bubble. Bearing in mind Starmie can't actually learn Bubble. This is supposed to be Bubble Beam, of course.
Well, actually, Liam, I don't think it could be Bubble Beam because the bubbles aren't arranged in a pattern that resembles a beam.
Listen, it's not my fault Pokemon can't animate Bubble Beam. Doesn't change the fact that Starmie still can't learn Bubble. Like, if they didn't know how to animate Bubble Beam, then maybe they should have just gone with Water Gun. Or, you know, something that isn't resisted by Golduck. Marina preempts Golduck using Hyper Beam and tells Starmie to use Light Screen. Even though Light Screen protects against special moves, and in Generation 1, Hyper Beam, just like all normal type moves, was a physical move, so Light Screen would be no help here. It's painful sometimes just how much they managed to balls this stuff up. So Golduck defeats Starmie and Marina tells Misty she's a great water Pokemon trainer, but am I missing something here? Tentacruel beat Goldeen, Staryu beat Tentacruel, Psyduck beat Staryu. Team Rocket interrupted before Marina sent out Starmie. Golduck beat Starmie, but doesn't that mean Marina still has Psyduck to use? Did Marina's Psyduck forfeit? Answers on a postcard. Misty goes to return Golduck to its Pokeball, but her actual Psyduck comes out of it, to everyone's surprise. And then Golduck runs off to go and pose for some random girls that walk past because, as Marina points out, it's just a Golduck that likes to show off. For girls. Which means that everything Golduck's been doing here was to impress Misty. A 10-year-old girl. Now, I'm no duck expert, but I'm pretty sure they only live for about 10 years, so I can't really accuse Golduck of being a pedo. But it's definitely into some weird interspecies action, and I'm really not about that life, so I'm still gonna call it a pervert. Plus, it means I can put pervalert in the thumbnail. Misty even says it's a Pokemon version of Brock. Exactly, so pervert is an accurate description. Ash asks Psyduck where it was, and of course it can only answer with Psy and Duck, but it kind of acts out falling asleep. And Tracey says, with these actions,
Sounds like it was resting in its Pokeball.
mate, how are you going to call this resting and this Pokeball? Would it have really been that hard for the dubbing team to have had Tracey say instead,
It was in its Pokeball, just resting.
it's alright guys, I'm absolutely willing, if you pay me enough, to join the dubbing team as a consultant. Misty mentions that Psyduck's going to evolve soon anyway, since Marina said that its glowing tail meant it was going to evolve soon. Marina then looks all shifty and nervous like this, so was she chatting rubbish the whole time? Is it more likely that Marina's Tentacruel just stung Psyduck's tail, which made it glow red, and she just doesn't want to own up? Wow, Marina's a dick. Pass it on. Marina points out that Misty won the battle even though she was using an evolved wild Pokemon. Yeah, but also because your Psyduck forfeited. Ash says that technically the last battle didn't count, since the Golduck Misty was using wasn't really her Pokemon. There you have it then. Definitively, Misty lost and Marina won. Confirmed. And Misty's back to hating Psyduck. I will say though, this is one of the better Orange Islands filler episodes. It's got some fun moments and actually manages to make Golduck look cool. You know, until it turned out to be a raging perv. So those are my WTF moments of Pokemon Season 2, Episode 11, Bye Bye Psyduck. Let me know your favourites and any that I missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Head to twitch.tv/AceTrainer for all of my live streams and use code ACE to save 10% on G Fuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.